Hanson-Young.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I rise today to take note of the answers given to my question by Senator Mackenzie, who is representing the Water Minister. I asked in relation to just the fiasco that is unfolding throughout the Murray-Darling Basin. We know that the Murray-Darling Basin has been plagued with scandal after scandal, incidents of water theft, of corruption, of mismanagement, of maladministration. And of course, the government knows that these things are becoming more and more palpable, that they have to act, which is why in August this year, some 4 months ago, the Water Minister announced that Mr Mick Kelty would act as the Inspector General for the Murray-Darling Basin to be able to investigate these issues. Well, we all welcomed that, and yet what have we seen, Madam Deputy President? Nothing. We know that the Inspector General is carrying out a number of meetings, but he has no powers to act. There is no legislation to give the Inspector General the powers, the terms of reference, the ability for him to do his job. And what this shows, Madam Deputy President, is it is all lip service from this government when it comes to the people living along the Murray-Darling Basin, those communities who are relying on the river, and of course on those downstream who desperately need to make sure that this river is managed fairly and properly and sustainably. Where are the investigation powers to ensure that the Inspector General can get in there and to sort out what is going on? Where are the referrals from the Inspector General to indeed a national corruption body, a corruption watchdog, an integrity commission? These are the things that this government promised would happen, and yet we have none of it. There's no statutory powers for the Inspector General, so he's got no ability to do his job, and there is still no anti-corruption body of which he could even refer issues of corruption and maladministration to. Now, many people from a diverse stretches of the Murray-Darling Basin, those who are both smaller farmers and irrigators, those who live in the communities who rely on a healthy river, and of course those who are the lower ends of the system who are struggling in what is a mismanaged river system, are calling out for a royal commission, because we can't trust this government to either clean up their own act, clean up the act of the states who have been behaving badly, and to make sure this is all done in a transparent and open manner. We can't trust them. We can't even trust them, Madam Deputy President, to put in place an Inspector General with the powers to get the job done. So while this government thought that all they needed to do was make an announcement, put out a press release, give somebody a title and that would be okay, well, we are not fooled, Madam Deputy President. We are not fooled at all. This government is up Crap Creek without a plan for managing the Murray-Darling Basin. They've got no idea what they're doing. They've got no ability to crack down to deal with the corruption, the maladministration, and the water theft issues that have happened. And what we've got in the midst now of a drying climate are more and more people with their backs against the wall. Just outside on the front lawns of Parliament House is well over 1,000 people gathered there demanding that this government take serious action on the Murray-Darling Basin. They are sick of the lip service, they are sick of the broken promises, and at the very least this government should have put in place some powers for the fellow they want and say we'll clean up the place to be able to get on and do it. And yet here we have the minister today, in response to my questions, saying we'll have to wait till at least autumn next year. So by the time this is all put in place, we might be looking at 12 months down the line from the first announcement. This just shows this government is not taking seriously at all the plight of river communities, this very serious concern of those watching and concerned about the sustainability of the river system. And let me point out, Madam Deputy President, this isn't about farmers versus the environment. This is about those who act corruptly, those who are making a monster out of running this system badly versus everybody else. It's corporations versus community versus river communities versus the environment.